With Phil continues at Jumonville Glen, or as it is called now. It's been called a couple of things. Been called Washington's Rocks, a couple other local names. This is the area where it says at 7 a.m., 32 French troops camp here. Were preparing breakfast or just arising. Suddenly the French saw enemy soldiers at the edge of their camp. They called out an alarm, ran for their muskets stacked nearby. Lieutenant Colonel George Washington ordered his men to fire, and their volley was echoed by Captain Adam Stevens' men up here on the top. Confusion reigned. The French soldiers tried to escape down the glen, going back off that way. There we go. But when they encountered Indians with tomahawks, they ran back toward the British with their hands in the air. As Washington accepted the French surrender, some Indians continued to scalp the dead and wounded. They wanted to take the prisoners too, but Washington refused to release them. When the attack ended, the British had suffered 1 dead soldier and 2 wounded. 2 French soldiers lay dead, including their leader, ensign, and I'll show you the name up here, Joseph Colon de Jumonville. Although 21 were captured, 1 man escaped barefooted and walked 60 miles to Fort Duquesne, which is Pittsburgh today, to report this incident. It later became known worldwide as the Jumonville Affair. And basically, this is the incident because Jumonville was a blue blood. His half-brother eventually leads French forces to come seek revenge against Washington and the people that killed him. Some people say murdered him. It was supposedly one of the Indians that killed him. That led to the battle at Fort Necessity, just a few miles from here. And both incidents, and George Washington's unknowingly signing papers that said he admitted to assassinating Jumonville because he couldn't understand the French that his surrender at Fort Necessity was written in. There may have just been blurred ink. That led, or was the spark for the French and Indian War, or the 7 Years' War as it was called in Europe. These rocks out here almost look like something from Hollywood. They almost look fake, but they're real rocks. In fact, right up here, you can see that somebody at one point had stairs carved out of there so people could get down here. There used to be a trail up on the top edge up there, but they've closed it off. As you can see here, this area has been closed as well. But as in this incident right here, this area here, not too far from Unionville, Pennsylvania, just around the corner from the main part of Fort Necessity National Park. This is where the spark came from that started the French and Indian War, the 7 Years' War, both the same thing, which eventually led to the American Revolutionary War, all because of troops who were led by George Washington. Travels with Phil continues.